Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Odyssey Arena, Belfast, live and exclusive on Box Nation, the home of boxing international action. Coming to the ring, please welcome now from Argentina, Walter Rojas.
Walter Rojas, the Argentinian, with a bit of a smile on his face as he makes his way to the ring. He wasn't smiling too much at the weigh-in yesterday. A real menacing look about him, as though he might have come in as a late substitute, which indeed he has. But he was trying to put out very much the feeling, I think, that the Conlan camp might have made a little bit of a miscalculation by taking on him. He's the smaller man, but as you heard, he can bang.
Yeah, he's got an impressive knockout ratio, hasn't he? But when you look deep into his record, most of those wins have been against novices or first timers, so he's got a good record, and he obviously can punch, but I don't think it's as devastating as what it seems on paper.
Jamie Conlan will certainly hope so, and he now will be making his way to the ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Jamie Conlan.
It was Jamie Conlan who was nicknamed the Mexican by his trainer John Breen because of the wars he has in the gym. A little bit reminiscent of Michael Gomez, isn't it? He turned out to be a pretty fair fighter.
I was just thinking exactly the same thing with the sombreros.
It's party time for the Mexican contingent. Maybe these Mexicans prefer a bit more Guinness than tequila. Another one from the John Breen camp. And he'll be wanting to emulate the achievements of Marco McCulloch in that last fight. He'll want to be making a really big impression here tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Cyclone Promotions, in association with CS Asset Management, is very proud to bring you 10 3-minute rounds of boxing and international super flyweight contests. Our officials at ringside, appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, Northern Ireland Area Council, have appointed Mr. John Williamson and Mr. John Gamble. Our timekeeper from Hillsborough, County Down, Dale Elliott. Referee in charge from Doncaster, Yorkshire, one of the country's finest. Please welcome Mr. Michael Alexander. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the boxers. Firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing blue and white, weighing in 8 stone, 1 pound 9 ounces. Coming to the ring with a 24-fight record, 20 wins, 19 wins inside the distance. Only 3 defeats and 1 draw. From Buenos Aires, Argentina, Walter Rojas. And across the ring in the blue corner, winning red with gold. Weighing in 8 stone, 2 pounds 8 ounces. Bringing to the ring a perfect professional record, 9 wins from 9 contests, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. He is undefeated. He is known as the Mexican from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Jamie Conlan.
Brother Michael's been a winner in the World Championships, the World Amateurs in Kazakhstan, and now he'll be keeping a very close watch on this, I'm sure.
Have a good clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, keep it clean.
Michael Alexander, one of our rising young referees in this country. Super flyweight, this one. There's a fella called Paul Butler out there who's making big waves in that division. Jamie Conlan against Butler could be a big fight in months, maybe years to come, and Conlan with that height and reach advantage, with power as well, starting fast.
He's come up with intent, hasn't he? There's only one thing he's looking for, and that's the knockout.
He says he's been a little bit under the radar as a fighter, and he wants people to wake up and take notice of him. Rojas was a winner last time out. His 3 losses, though, have come inside the first 3 rounds, which just raises a question about how well Rojas takes a shot, as Barry was saying. And there's a little bit more of a suggestion that Conlan is looking for a fast finish. Furious protest from Rojas about punches around the back of the head and holding on. There's another one, but he's ducking low.
He's ducking below the waist, that's why he's getting hit behind the head. But even the jab of Jamie Conlan is a stiff punch, isn't it? He steps all his weight behind it.
Fought Carl Frampton back in 2005 in the Irish Championships to Jamie Conlan, and a right hand like that. Look at the celebrations. You can see that he's got that pedigree behind him, and he looks as though he's got too much, a great deal too much for Walter Rojas.
It didn't seem a heavy shot, did it? There's another good right hand though, catching him on the ear of Rojas. He just doesn't know what to do, does he, when Conlan comes forward?
Can't keep him off. Just cannot keep him off. Look at that jab. Look at that jab. That's basically it. And then the towels come in. The Argentine corner has thrown the towel in. Referee doesn't have to stop it, but he has done. It's all over in the first round. And Jamie Conlan scores a very, very easy win indeed.
He just walked right through him, didn't he, John? Really did. And Rojas just didn't know what to do, did he, when even the jab was pushing him off balance. But a good win for Conlan.
I think we'll see a few more of those sombreros.
I tell you what, if you weren't a fan of his before, you'd be a fan now, wouldn't you? Good to watch.
Well, he didn't beat a great deal there, but if you actually analyse his record, he beat Mike Robinson, who's a real handful on the Frampton-Martinez undercard back in February, and he's sort of been not really perhaps given the recognition that he deserves, and he's certainly one in the making, and a fight against Paul Butler would be something.
Yeah, it would. I don't think, maybe not quite yet, but you couldn't really see how good Jamie Conlan was there, because he was up against not much, it turned out to be in the end, but you'd be excited to watch it because he comes out with intent, doesn't he? Every shot he throws is a heavy shot. He really steps behind that jab, puts all the weight behind that jab, so it's a solid shot. You'd like to see him against someone decent. I think he'd look even better.
Well, Walter Rojas looked had a threatening look on his face at the weigh-in, but didn't look terribly threatening once he got into the boxing ring. And Jamie Conlan, he's not going to have many easier nights than that one. And there you see the celebrations in the background. And in the first round, we don't get anything for overtime, do you? And he's got the sort of short win that's going to, or the quick style win that's going to delight his backers and his supporters.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we declare the result, as always, please show appreciation for both boxers. Official time, recorded by Dale Elliott, 1 minute 51 seconds into round number 1. And referee Michael Alexander stops this contest with Rojas in no position to continue. The winner, still undefeated, the Mexican, Jamie Conlan.
Mexico 1, Argentina 0, and Rojas, his jaw is aching.
Well, Rojas didn't take much from that fight. He might just cling on to that sombrero because he's got nothing else. Nothing else going out of that ring. Yeah. And it's fair to say, Ricky, without being desperately unkind to anybody that gets in through the ropes, I have seen more committed imports than that one.
Yeah, well, you know, he did put the sombrero on after, but I like the look of Conlan, to be honest. Looks very solid, very strong,
yeah.
Good jab, you know, very aggressive, you know. Yeah, I think him and Butler would be some fun. But I think, I agree, just a little bit of more time.
He's nasty, Conlan, just like we saw with McCulloch and just like we saw with Ricky's kid. These kids are nasty. They're off this conveyor belt. In fact, all from the same street. They're sort of primary school together and schools together. But what I like about Conlan, okay, we know the guy got caught a couple of times and went down. His two previous stoppages, last year and the year before, were both against guys that had held a world title. He was naturally 7 or 8 pounds lighter, but you still got to get him out there because somewhere in those fists he could bang. And that was a good performance, straightforward performance. Everyone's happy. And you know what, Jim? We move on.
We do move on. We're going to move back down to ringside with Alex, who is with the winner tonight, Jamie Conlan.
Yes, with the sombreros. Minus one of them, because I think you gave it away as a present at the end.
He asked for it back. He said his father would like one, so we'll give him one.
And you said to him?
Sorry.
In Spanish?
Lo siento mucho, I'm very sorry.
Very impressive. So was the performance as well. Is everything coming together now for you?
Yeah, well, we trained hard for it. We trained for a good, hard 12-round fight. We expected the French guy, Hassan, whatever his name was. Yeah. But Barry did a great job of getting someone. Like, even he hit me with the head, and he hit me by a haney, and it was like, you could tell he had 19 knockouts from 20 wins.
Were you in a rush? Have you got a dinner date tonight?
No, the lad says jump on him straight away. He's flown the whole way over from Argentina. The hostile crowd is going to turn into a cauldron, and hopefully Card can start making it his own cauldron, and we can get on the back of it. And that's what we did straight away. I don't think he's ever fought in a place like this, so we wanted to make him feel uncomfortable pretty quick.
You did just that, John Breen. Your fighters, 2 quick, relatively quick knockouts. We've got Paul Butler, of course, back home, who's quite impressive at the moment. He might be sort of moving on bit by bit. Is that something that could happen, and what next?
That's what we're looking for. Frank Warren has told us that he can make a fight. He has Butler also. So again, any time they want it, we're ready for it.
Excellent.
Hopefully it's for the world title. Hopefully when the fight each other for a world title.
You think actually it can simmer for a bit longer?
Yeah,
I agree. I think both of us, there's not much talent or not much boxers in the division, but there's highly talented boxers, and if both of us keep going the way we're going, we can build something, make it a nice little domestic smallmouth war.
And you've just enjoyed a belated birthday present for yourself, 27 last week. Well done. A great day for the family too.
Oh, it was a nervous one. I wasn't nervous night and night, but 3:30 to 4 o'clock I was shaking. I couldn't eat. I was supposed to go and have my own meal, and I delayed it a wee bit, and I was just waiting, and we couldn't get in the results. We were relying on Twitter, and I'm just so happy for him. I really think my brother is he's who I look up to, and he's my younger brother. He's brilliant.
He looks up to you,
but that's brilliant.
Good day. Listen, these sombreros might catch on, won't it?
Well, si, senor. But we're trying to. It's stuck on paper. Give us the name the Mexican. Yeah. We've run with it, and we're trying to create the same atmosphere Gomez used to create in Manchester and etc. So hopefully it can.
Muchas gracias. Well done.
Yeah.